Hi Lei Heng, I'm Travis from Clementi Division. I have a missing person case. Her name is Chen Pei Pei, and she's been missing since Tuesday. Chinese national but Singapore PR. Yeah, I checked. She isn't registered in any hospital, and according to the ICA, she hasn't left the country yet. We need CID assistance on this case. Hi Lei Heng, Travis. Chen Pei Pei's room doesn't look like it's been disturbed. Her colleague said that she did not report to work for 3 days, and she did not take any MC or leave. The last time she saw the missing person was on Monday night. This is Madam Ang, her landlord, and that is her colleague, Miss Lo Tian Tian. She made the original report.
Thanks, Travis. Hi, Madam Ang. I'm Senior Investigation Officer Lian Heng. When was the last time that you saw Chen Pei Pei?
Tuesday morning, 6 a.m.
And do you know where she was going?
I thought she was going to work.
And do you remember anything about that morning?
She was talking so loudly that it woke me up. I opened my bedroom door
I'm leaving my
and she
house
was
and
on the
go to
phone.
your office now,
I think she
okay?
was quarreling with someone.
Try to stop me.
Then she left. But after Tuesday, I didn't see her.
Do you know what she was wearing on Tuesday morning?
A dress? Got a lot of patterns on it.
If she contacts you or if she was to come back, please let me know. I'm Ms. Lo. I'm Senior Investigation Officer Lian Heng. Please tell me what happened the last time you saw Chen Pei Pei.
It was Monday night at the office. We were working late on a project, and I heard Pei Pei quarreling with her boyfriend.
I don't care. I want my money back now. I want a meal right now.
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
And do you know the boyfriend's full name?
No, I only know his name is Leslie, and he works at Laser Laundry head office. So I called the head office and got his number.
And then you called him?
Yes. At first, he said he didn't know where Pei Pei was staying. So I told him that I would go to his office to look for him if he didn't get Pei Pei's address for me.
Then what happened?
He called me back later with this address.
Okay, thank you. Please give Ayo Dave here Leslie's phone number. And should Pei Pei return or contact you, please inform me.
Dave, tell the crime scene officers that they can process the bedroom and record Ms. Lo and Madam Ang's statements.
You need to talk to the boyfriend, Leslie. Sulaiman, do a background check on him and see if anything interesting turns up. Dave, check with POCC to see if there's any camera footage on Tuesday morning with Pei Pei in it. That might give us some insights as to where she might have disappeared to.
The boyfriend's full name is Leslie Koh Kui Hock. He has a long string of offences for cheating and misuse of computer. He was even in jail a few years ago. But what is interesting is that Leslie is married.
Married? I wonder if Pei Pei knows. Her colleague never mentioned it.
After his release from jail, Leslie joined Laser Laundry. The head office is to us.
Dave, any updates from POCC?
Yes, sir. Our police cameras saw Pei Pei leaving her house and heading into Holland MRT station on Tuesday morning. But there are no records of her exiting the MRT station nearest to where her office is. On a hunch, I asked POCC to check the police cameras nearest to where Laser Laundry's head office is. And bingo. Police cameras caught Pei Pei exiting Joo Koon MRT station and walking towards the pickup point. We ran a check on the car's license plate number. Guess who it belongs to?
Leslie?
That's right.
So nobody saw Pei Pei since Tuesday morning. So that makes it very likely that Leslie was the last person to see her before she went missing. Let's invite him down to the station for a chat, shall we? Mr. Koo, our records show that Chen Pei Pei was last seen entering your car on Tuesday morning. Were you the one driving the car that day when it picked her up?
Yes.
And where did the two of you go?
Bay East Garden, but I don't remember exactly where.
On a work day, in the morning.
Yes.
Why? What were the two of you doing? Mr. Koo, please answer my question.
We were quarreling. Just needed a quiet place to talk. I thought if she could be reasonable and see things my way, that the quarrel could be settled.
And what was the quarrel about?
She complained that I never spent any time with her. She was jealous. She thought I was cheating on her.
So she knew you were married?
No, she thought I was divorced.
According to a colleague, before Pepe went missing, the two of you were quarreling about some money that you owed her.
No. It's not like that. She gave me $30,000 to invest for her. So I needed to explain that the profits from the investment didn't arrive yet because these things take time.
Then what happened?
She was very upset. She just kept shouting at me. I got angry, very angry.
Okay, I don't want to talk to you. Okay, you get out. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
So I pushed her and she fell down. After that, I left because I was so angry I didn't want to see her face anymore.
Did Pepe call or text you after that?
No,
What time did this happen?
maybe 9+, maybe 10.
And where did you park?
At the car park next to Bay East Garden.
And since then, have you seen Pepe? Dave, you're with me. We'll take Leslie down to the location to show us exactly where he had pushed her down. See if we can get any leads. Sulaiman, interview Leslie's wife. Maybe she can shed some light on his whereabouts the day Pepe went missing.
Sir, we've also towed in Leslie's car.
Great, process it.
Yeah, I think it was around here. This is where she tripped and fell.
I thought you said you pushed her.
That's what I said. I pushed her and then she fell.
Check for CCTV and police cameras around here. Then go to that car park. Take the camera footage and see if Leslie really did park there as he claimed. Sulaiman, what did Leslie's wife say?
Mrs. Koh, did you notice anything odd about your husband on Tuesday and Wednesday?
Leslie came home very late on Tuesday and Wednesday night, past 12 midnight.
How did he behave?
Leslie was very distracted on Tuesday night. I think he was very stressed about work.
So he was home both nights. Dave, what about the car park footage?
I checked with the car park and it seems that Leslie entered and exited at the times he stated. But what's interesting is, there doesn't seem to be anyone in the passenger seat.
He entered alone.
Looks like it.
No wonder there wasn't any CCTV or police camera footage of them at Bay East Garden.
So Leslie definitely entered the car park, but without Pepe. And they didn't go to Bay East Garden like he claimed. Looks like he has some explaining to do. You said you went to Bay East Garden with Pepe, but we couldn't find any CCTV or police camera footage of the two of you entering or leaving the place. Okay, how about this? You said you parked in the car park beside Bay East Garden. Well, we have footage of you driving into and out of the car park. But you know what's really strange? Where is Pepe? Because it doesn't look like she's in your car.
It's the angle. She's there in the car.
I don't believe you.
Can't help it if you don't believe me. That's the truth.
Witnesses have said that the two of you were having quarrels about money. And on top of that, by your own admission, you were having a lover's quarrel. And you were the last person to see Pepe on Tuesday morning when you picked her up in your car. Things aren't looking good for you, Leslie.
I have nothing else to say.
Hey Vanessa, hey Shani. So what did the two of you find out?
We found traces of human blood on the driver and front passenger seat, so minute that they are inconspicuous and not immediately visible to the human eye. And we have passed them to the DNA lab.
We did a DNA test with the evidence from the victim's house. Assuming the evidence from the victim's house are only handled by her, the DNA obtained from those items belong to the victim.
And what do the results show?
The DNA test from the blood shows that it matches to the victim's DNA. The evidence against you is mounting. We found traces of blood in your car. Care to explain that? To be specific, we found Pei-Pei's blood in your car. Now, how do you explain that? It's obvious that something happened to Pei-Pei the day she went missing, and it happened in your car. So what are you not telling us? Tell me the truth!
I killed her. Killed her. I killed her. She was very angry that day. She threatened to go to my office and make a scene. She was already on her way there. So I told her I would pick her up from Joo Koon Road.
Then what happened?
In the car, she started screaming and becoming physical. So I had no choice. I had to stop the car by the side of the road.
Where?
Marina Gardens Drive. I couldn't take it anymore. She kept saying that I lied to her, that I was evil, that I was stupid. I gave her the profits from the 30,000 I invested for her. But I didn't have the money. How to return to her?
Then what happened?
She threatened to go to my office and make a scene. To tell everybody I was a liar and that I cheated her of 30,000. So I had to stop her. She stopped moving after a while. I thought she fainted, but when I checked, she wasn't breathing. So then I pushed down the car seat. Covered her body with laundry bags so that nobody could see. I didn't know what to do next. So I went to the car park next to Bay East Garden to think. But I was scared someone would see, so I left.
And where do you go after that?
I don't remember. I just drove around for a while. I didn't know what to do. That night, I went home to sleep.
And Pei-Pei's body?
I left her in my car.
Then what happened?
The next morning, I remembered that last time during NS, we went to this Ulu Road in Lim Chu Kang to train, so I thought I could go there.
What for?
To burn the body. I went to buy some charcoal and kerosene from this shop in Canberra. Then I drove to that road. When I got to that road at Lim Chu Kang, I saw these two lorry covers. I decided to bring her body under one of the covers and burn it there. I poured the kerosene and put charcoal on the body. Then I burned everything. I thought the body would burn very quickly, but it didn't. I watched for a while, and then I went to a hotel nearby to sleep. Later that night, I came back again, and the body was still burning.
This was Wednesday night, right?
Yes. But I was scared that somebody would see, so I pushed the body into a drain. Then I went home to sleep. The next day, I bought some more charcoal and I went back to Lim Chu Kang. Halfway through, Pei-Pei's colleague called me. She asked me for Pei-Pei's address. I went to check Pepe's address, then told her colleagues. The next morning, I went back to Lim Chu Kang. The body had finished burning. There were only ashes left. So I took all the ashes and threw them into Sembawang Sea yesterday morning.
I need you to show us where you burned her body.
I burned her body under this and in the drain. There's nothing left.
Hi, I'm SIO Lin Heng. Please inform your crime scene officers to come down and process the crime scene. So, Shani, what do you have for me?
Most of the evidence at the crime scene turned out to be charcoal and an accelerant.
But I found some items that had a different texture from charcoal. This fabric does bear some resemblance to the description of the dress Chen Pei was last seen wearing. Your guys managed to trace the boutique which sold the dress the victim was wearing the day she was picked up by Leslie. Unfortunately, the boutique manager said that the dress was out of stock and the supplier was no longer producing it. But your guys managed to find one of the customers who had bought the dress and got her to send the dress in.
The fabric from the customer's dress and the fabric from the crime scene corresponded in the printed pattern, the yarn construction, and the fabric construction.
So it's a positive finding?
Yes.
Hey, Koi, do you have the DNA test results?
Well, we found traces of hair at the crime scene. However, there was no root present, so we couldn't do a full DNA test, and therefore we couldn't 100% ascertain whether the hair belongs to Chen Pei or not.
Here you are.
Okay.
Pepe's mother's hair.
Thank you. However, we managed to find mitochondrial DNA from what was left of the hair. As mitochondrial DNA is passed almost exclusively from a mother to her child, we used a sample of Chen Pei's mother's DNA, and it cannot be ruled out the woman at the crime scene is the offspring of Chen Pei's mother.
And since our background checks show that Chen Pei was an only child, this means that the hair found at the crime scene belonged to Chen Pei.
Leslie Khoo was convicted of murder and sentenced to life imprisonment. In the case you have just seen, the accused was arrested within 5 days after the missing person report was lodged. The investigation officers and forensic officers from the Criminal Investigation Department worked tirelessly round the clock to trawl through more than 100 hours of CCTV footages, interview more than 60 witnesses, and process close to 200 pieces of exhibits gathered from the crime scenes to ascertain the accused's involvement in the crime. The forensic scientists from the Health Sciences Authority also assisted in the careful examination of evidence gathered using specialized forensic equipment and techniques.
What made this case special was the use of the mitochondrial DNA sequencing for the first time in crime investigation in Singapore. Mitochondrial DNA is DNA that is inherited by a child from his or her mother and is present in larger quantities in each cell compared to standard DNA profiling. Hence, there is a greater chance for its recovery and sequencing using next-generation sequencing systems. This case exemplifies the close collaboration between the SPF officers and the HSA forensic scientists in solving crime. We achieved fast turnaround and had real-time information sharing in relation to the detection of the small blood stain in the accused's car and the subsequent DNA profiling, showing a match to the victim, which facilitated the swift apprehension of the accused.
Have you ever received a request from your friend or family member for your 6-digit WhatsApp account verification code? If you have, it is likely that your friend's WhatsApp account has been compromised and a scammer could be using their account to scam you. By sharing your verification code, you may lose the access to your WhatsApp account to scammers. Beware that scammers could also impersonate your friend and ask you for images of your credit card or your one-time password on the pretext of helping you to sign up and claim prizes for fake lucky draws. To avoid becoming a victim of such scams, here are some tips. Beware of unusual requests from strangers or even your contacts. Always call the requester personally to verify the authenticity of the request. Never disclose your personal and banking details, account verification codes, and one-time password to anyone. And protect your WhatsApp account by enabling the two-step verification feature. If your WhatsApp account has been taken over, you can recover it by signing into your account using your phone number and log in with the 6-digit verification PIN sent to your phone. You can help stop scams by joining our Let's Fight Scams movement. Make a pledge and receive the latest scams to share with your loved ones. To seek advice, you may call the anti-scam hotline at 1-800-722-6688 or go to www.scamalert.sg.
We have come to the end of this episode of Crime Watch. I'm ASP Joshua Jesudasan. Until next time, do your part to prevent, deter, and detect crime.